Hey everybody, happy 4th of July. I hope you're all having a great weekend and celebrating or just being with family and friends. Um, I spent yesterday, my daughter had surgery, and so we took her, and once we got home and got her settled into bed, I went to an estate sale, of course, because who would want to miss an estate sale? But I just, last night, since I was up making sure she was okay, I did a lot of pricing so that I can put things in my booth. And people don't realize how long it takes. The shopping is the fun part. That doesn't take that long because you could go shopping and just find a bunch of stuff, which I did. And but when you get home, you have to start researching what you bought. I do a little of it when I'm actually at the sale just to make sure that I'm not going to buy something that's not on trend or not worth it for the price they're asking. But when you get home, you actually have to start researching it and see like how many have sold, at what price they're selling, and what it actually is, if it's, like if there's a deeper value or whatnot. But so I did that last night, and I thought today I would show you a little bit of what I found. The first two things, actually, there is no value to put on these because I have done a little bit of work with one of the judges in our county, and he works with veterans, and he collects flags, and he will give them to veterans. And he also goes to the National Cemetery where my father is buried, and I've helped him and his group of people put flags on each of the cemetery plots. And so when I was at this estate sale, I was able to find a couple of flags, and so I purchased them for him, and I'm going to just give them to him. So those were a special find, and I donate those because he buys them out of his own pocket to give them to the veterans, to make sure they get a good home. The flags get a good home. But now for some of the fun things. The estate sale I went to yesterday, it was the first day, but they sold so much that they were going to try to end the sale either yesterday or today. And so everything when I got there was half off. So I got this little silver plated vintage Paul Revere reproduction sugar bowl, and it has a pineapple lid. And if you're familiar with the pineapple, it's a sign of welcome to your house. And this is from William Rogers' collection. And I do not, when I sell my silver or silver plated items, I don't shine them because I leave it up to the customer. A lot of people just like the rugged look, and other people want it shined up. So I leave it up to the person to shine it or not shine it. So I got it for $4, and I'm putting it at $11.11. I love angel numbers. My booth number is 444. So on our tags, we always have to have our vendor number, which is 444. Then you put your description, and you have to have your price. So that was the first find. I found these vintage sunglasses. This is actually a purple, and I didn't get to see much of it last night, and then all of a sudden towards the end of the evening it started looking more purple. And these are vintage Y2K women's oversized square plastic frame sunglasses, and I got them for $1.50, and I'm selling them for $9.99. And I go by my prices by when I look on Etsy, eBay, Google search, and I see what they've actually been selling for. So I do not pick the high price. I want to move my items. Like, I want to move them. So I price them to sell. I want people to find things in the wild just like I find things in the wild. So I do not take a high price, and I don't take the absolute lowest, but I do take the low end. So these sunglasses, and I found these were a real catch. These are a tortoise frame, and they're from Vintage Cat's Eye Sunglasses. They're green lenses and tortoise frames, and I believe they are from France, but they're kind of scratched off. Fairmere something. But these are so neat. And when you look through them, they are a green flared glass. So these were selling really high, and I got them for $2, and I'm selling them for $13.33. But if you look, Gucci has a pair. There's a whole bunch of different main sellers that have them, like big names that have also the same style. But these are definitely vintage, and in the armband you can see the piece that goes through it. So it's pretty neat. This I got for myself, and I don't even know what I paid for it, but when my best friend Michelle passed away, she told me to look for blue hearts, and that's my sign that she's around, and it says, "A piece of my heart is in heaven." And she's my angel, so I got that for myself. And books. I love books. I love books, and I was a first grade teacher, so I just love books. But first edition books and older books sell a lot. This one, Fred Fenton on the Track. I had to research it a little bit. It's a first edition from 1913, and the original owner put an inscription in it, meaning they put their name in it and their address. And it's in really good condition. I mean, it's a little wear and tear, but nothing's ripped or anything. But it is copyright 1913 by Couples and Leon Company. I have to say, Leon Company, my dad's name was Leon, so it was drawn to me. I was drawn to it. So I have this marked at $14.44, and books were selling for $3 a piece. So that was a nice find. And then this one, I just always like history books. It's not that I like history books because history is forever changing. It's not forever changing, but the way people are, at least down here, taking down statues, and I think we lose some history, and the more time passes, the more history people have to learn, which means we have to take some out of the curriculum, if that makes any sense. I'm always thinking, like, how can we teach this much history in, you know, a school year when so much more history is happening? So when do we start cutting off history? I don't know. It's my sentimental side. But this is a school history of the United States, and its copyright is 1904. And it's in great condition. And there is a picture of George Washington. And it's the Rand McNally copy of 1904. And it just has a discovery, an exploration from 1492 to 1607, and it goes all the way up to the period of consolidation in 1865 to 1909. So this is the history up to 1909, and I have this marked at $12.22. And I got another book here, David Harum, E.N. Westcott. And this is copyright 1898, first edition. Now I do have to be careful because the binding on this is very loose, and I'm going to watch a YouTube on how to make sure to fix the binding to make sure that it's stable, because it is a first copyright. And I just found it, I just love that front cover and the side cover, the binding. And if you read some of these, the way they spoke, the way they wrote, it's just, I allow to stand its longs you can. And it's just their apostrophes and how they spoke is just very interesting. So I have this on sale for $15.55, which, talking about speaking, this was for fun, because this just cracks me up that they actually have a huge dictionary of slang and unconventional English, 8th edition, colloquialisms and catchphrases. Look at this. Look at this dictionary. And this is the 8th edition. I just had to look in it because I didn't know, kind of, in a way, somewhat, as it were, coil, kind of, a sort of, a coal, a variation, a kind of, and sort of a themselves. Killer, a lady killer, as in he was a killer with the Sheilas. It just, flush. Those with Army and Navy experience use the Maltese word for money, i.e. flush. The prisoner speaks in 1938, a fellow with plenty of money, especially a free spender, fluff, shortchanged given by clerks, railway from California in 1870, and that's in the 5th edition. Fluffings or lines, but even as seen through a cloud of fluff. And I'm not even going to go into what else that said, but I'll let you find the book and see what it says. But it's a dictionary of slang and unconventional English, and I have it for $9.99, and I think I paid $5 for it, but I really got it because I wanted to look at it and read it and show my kids and see what slang was. The year on this one, I know it's the 8th edition, but the year on this is, it says, so this was 1984. It started in 61, 67, 70, and 1984. So this was 1984. Very interesting, right? And then I got some mugs. Now I've had some of these mugs, different ones, in my booth, and they've actually been selling. These are German steins, and they are from Germany. West Germany beer stein collectible mug, made by Gertz brand, and I paid $5 for them, and I have them for $16.66. And here was the second one, and it even is stamped in the back. I don't know if you can see that, but it's stamped by the manufacturer. And it's also made by the same company. And I have that at $16.66. And something that has been selling a lot. People love handmade pottery. And this one was very interesting. It has the 2-finger hold. And I thought of Tracy from Wild West. And this is from Catalina Island. And the artist actually signed Gonzalez, I think it says, in here. And people buy these mugs like crazy. So I got this for $5. I'm selling it for $10.11. But people love to have handmade mugs. And then I wanted to show you some stuff that I have been working on to sell in my booth from my crafts. Real quick, I'm just gonna fly through these. I made some resin dominoes, and these are, I don't know if you can see, there's ladybugs in these, and I put them on a silver chain. I have French fries and hot dogs on this domino. This was a numberless domino. Just picking a few out here. This is like a zipper pull, I call them. This is a zipper pull, I call it, because I put like a pull on it. And I made this out of a domino, and I put a little piggy face on there, and on the back I made a charm, and it says beautiful, and I put a little flower, and I put resin over it to coat it. Oh, the chains are getting tangled. I knew this would happen. I made a resin heart. I made a resin heart necklace. So on one side you can see the daisy, and on this side you can see the purple flowers. If you can see that. And this one is cool. I just did colors on this, and it spins. So this one spins, and I just did different colors on that. I did another pull, but I didn't put a whole long chain on it, but this was from a game piece, and I put a bumblebee on it. And looking for, this one has a cassette tape in it, and it's a 5-piece, and there is a flower you can see better on this side. And I made some pens with some jewels, if you can see those. And there's one with a cow on it, and some pretty clay beads. I have more here, but those are the ones that I've been spending time with. Oh, I have this I still have to put on a chain. I did it out of resin, little skeleton hands, and I'm just gonna put like a keychain on it. But anyways, Oh, this is a fun one. It's just a glitter dome necklace. But that's what I've been up to. Now, there's something in here for Sally, but whenever I go to estate sales, and sometimes I get these junk jewelries, jars or something, and Sally, I have been collecting buttons. So this is only one jar of buttons that I have. And I have a few of these, and there's some very old ones in here. Some great ones from the 50s. You can tell the orange on top of the white. And I do a lot of crafts with these. So anyways, I was thinking about you, Sally. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of the weekend, and let me know what you've been up to over the weekend. And thanks again for everything, and please hit the like and subscribe button because it does help my channel grow. At least hit the like button. Leave a message, comment in the bottom, and let me know what you like to see. Have a great day. Bye.